What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a live show after a 2 days break, I think it is. A much needed break after that stressful transfer window. But now it's back to stress on the pitch. We play Como Friday, so tomorrow. And if there wasn't any pressure, or if they still didn't feel pressure, the pressure is on after today's result and the week that's coming up. Basically, the next, I don't know, was it 9 days? I think we play Tuesday and Saturday against Inter. No, Sunday. Oh, Malik, you're going to the game, right?
I am going to
Is
the
it
game. It's on
Saturday?
Sunday.
Oh, it's on Sunday.
It's
It's a late kickoff, or is it 6 o'clock?
it's a 7:40, 8:45 local
Okay,
time
so
kickoff.
late. So
I'll
9 days.
I'll be landing 3 hours before the game.
Okay, so 9 days, crazy 9 days. But we're gonna talk about that and some other stuff that happened, in the days we were missing or I was missing. So first off, how are you guys doing? Norbert, I see you wearing purple. Not sure what that's all about, but yeah, I mean, bad choice.
What do you mean?
Bad choice.
Yeah, bad choice, but fuck Inter. So I am happy with them losing 3-0. I will never not cheer for any other team when Inter plays. Although I hate Fiorentina as well, but yeah, I'm sorry. I'm happy that they lost 3-0. I will. Yeah, Fiorentina is a small club. We should not be afraid of them, and I think we will be ahead of them at the end. But yeah, I feel good.
Yeah, took the words right out of my mouth. Honestly, Fiorentina. The fact they beat Inter, I'm happy. I was celebrating Ken's goals and stuff. Although,
Yeah.
it took us to sixth in the table, Fiorentina will drop off eventually. But seeing Inter just suffer and just you know, lose ground on the title makes me just happy. So yeah.
I actually didn't watch the game too. I was watching the Belgian semi-final cup, so I didn't watch the game. So I'm not sure what I missed. I saw halftime report where it's like Inter, or halftime was it like half an hour? I think the first half, saying that Fiorentina were the better side, and then up to that goal, it was basically nothing happened, and then they run away with it. So I'm not sure how Fiorentina was, how Inter was, but somebody the moment when it kicked off, somebody texted me and said, are you scared right now because of the standings? And I'm like, no, worry. We should be worried as a club, or like we should take it very seriously right now, because like the standings are the standings. Even though I think Lazio lost like 7 games and Fiorentina 5, or the other way around, I'm not sure. So they lose a lot of games, but we do not win enough games. And for the Inter side, even if they won today 3-0, I'm not scared to play Inter next week. Like, I actually never, to be honest. Like, realistic that they're a better side than us, but like when you play at home against Inter, I expect you to show up, no matter what the situation is at the club. I expected that when we came back from Serie B, and we did show up back then as well. Even if you lose games, I expect you to show up. So I'm not really worried about that. I'm worried about tomorrow. I'm not gonna lie. I am. And actually, Motta was as well in his presser. He talked about Como like we are, facing Inter, basically. I don't know how many Como games you guys have watched.
Just one.
Okay, so one. One fully against us. And then I watched against Roma. Actually, no, I didn't watch 90 minutes against Roma. I'm gonna say like 70 minutes or something. I watched him play against them. I watched him play. I blanked it out who that was. It was away from home. I think, was it Genoa? I'm not sure anymore. But I watched spells. And every time, from what I've seen when they play at home, it's not easy. It's they put a lot of energy in that game, in their games, like a lot of energy. The pitch is weird. I'm not gonna lie, it looks small. It's always raining over there for some reason. It's gonna be a tough game. Actually, they improved more than I could imagine. Like, this is where our season kicked off. and how things have changed, right? I think I think after that opening game, everybody was like, "Wow!" And now we're back to reality, or I am, and I'm like, "Oof, it's gonna be a tough one." However, we need to win. Like we definitely need to win tomorrow. Like we need some sort of run. We talked about it so many times, but right now the pressure is really, really on. So Norbert, what do you think, Como? Like I said, I don't know how many games of Como you watched, because I don't expect you to watch Como on a Sunday 3 o'clock. I think nobody's doing that,
No.
to be honest. But yeah, what do you
Yeah.
think?
There are enough good games in the world for me not to watch Como or not to care or not to know a single name of this team. Yeah, they are in a horrible form. I don't know. They're gonna get a new stadium. I'm happy for them. That new one looks dope in my eyes a little bit. But yeah, this stadium is like a third division German stadium, or even those are better actually.
Yeah.
If you look at
Dresden.
Dresden,
Yeah.
all these teams, they have better stadiums. The team, I don't know, like I just see the table and I see their results, and their form is horrible. So I'm just only afraid because this is the game that we need to win. Like we need to string together a good series now, because it's time. This is the month where we can collect a lot of points. We said this before, I know, but now it's like this is it. Like this is crucial this month. I feel like last month was like but this month, February, this is it. Like we're gonna play against small teams and we need to collect all the points we can. And I think we can start this beautiful series tomorrow, I think.
Yeah, I hope so too. All I remember from Como and the first game is that we absolutely slapped them up, to put it lightly. Like genuinely, that game, I thought after that game, I thought, yeah, they're going straight down. But ever since then, they have improved. Yeah, you said their form is not good recently, but they've had a few wins here and there. At home, they seem tough to beat. That pitch, yeah, that pitch is less said the better. It kind of reminds me of Spal's pitch all those years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, one thing about them, I'll say, I'm hearing good things about Nico Paz, so that's like the main thing with them. So he's their main danger man. So yeah, but I fully expect to win, and I have no doubt that well, honestly, I'll take that back. Honestly, it's Juve. So I do have doubts that we could win, but I hope we'll win.
Yeah. Really quickly, I was reading Twitter and I saw people. I need to bring it up really quickly. Talking about Kean, and Kean responded post game. He said, "Why would I miss Juve? Why would he miss Juve? I like the question asked from the journalist is weird. What is he gonna say? Yeah, I miss sitting on the bench. Like that's a ridiculous statement. We made the right decision to move on Kean. Like he's doing well. He was horrible for us. And if you want to blame something, then well, blame Allegri, because he had him and he did nothing with him. So I don't know what people are talking about. They moved him on because we needed the money, and we got the money after he was horrible ever since he came back. So the club did what they had to do. They cashed in. He wanted to leave. He wanted to play more, which is good, right? By the way, and he's doing well. And nothing against Kean. I'm actually happy for him that he's doing well. Like I have nothing against him. But if you want to blame something, then blame Allegri, because he had him and he did nothing with him. What do you expect the club to do at that moment in time when the player is like, I'm not playing, I want to leave, and Fiorentina are actually offering? I remember when Fiorentina they paid around. Wait, did they pay? It wasn't with installments, so I don't know the full fee, but I remember when the fee came out, it was all over the journal, like in the newspapers, that it's a fake plus Valenza. Well, he's on 18 goals or 19 goals this season already, and no talks about him. So on that note, like I don't get the issue. My issue was that Milik stayed as well. Like that was my only issue, and then that is the mistake the club made. They kept they kept Milik, by the way. First off, like I was listening. Usually, Mota, he says everybody is available besides, and he names all the players. He says Cabal, Bremer. He didn't mention Milik. I think he forgot. Like he literally forgot that he's on the squad. I think he never met Milik. I'm not gonna lie.
He's in Poland now, so
He's like
Yeah, he is
that's
important.
a joke. Remember last summer? In the summer, I was like, get him out, get him out, get him out. And then early, the couple of months, people were like, we need Milik back. If anyone actually believes that, you're crazy. Like you need to get checked. Like that's the wildest statement I've ever seen, saying that we need Milik. No team needs Milik. Like literally no. If you need Milik as a team, then you're fighting literally for 10th place or something. Like that's what it is. Nobody knows. Like he's in Poland. I saw that from Giovanni Albanese. I don't care anymore, to be honest. We're paying his wage anyway. You rip that contract in 1,000 pieces in the summer, and you move on. So that's that really quickly. But we were talking about Como. Yeah, the form is horrible, Norbert. You're right. But it's
yeah.
When they play the bigger clubs, it's always a scrappy game. It's not easy. It's not easy. So I don't expect an easy game for us tomorrow. Like I cannot recall an easy game in a very long time for us, to be honest. Like the Milan game, I thought that was easy.
The Como game at home was easy.
Yeah. But we don't have a lot of easy games, to be honest. Like I thought Milan was easy. I thought, actually, people will call me crazy. I thought City was easy because they were toothless, and it's not that we were creating chances after chances, but I was like, yeah, we're going through the motions. We're just winning this game. But yeah, like it's sad to say, but we're in no position to say, we're just gonna roll up to Como tomorrow and we're just gonna beat them easy, which is extremely sad. That I'm worried to face Como away from home. But what else is there to do? Moto said he's proud of the players. They're improving day after day. I don't know how to react to that. Like, to be honest, like he repeated it. I'm gonna say 2-3 times this presser, that it's a young team, that they're growing. Do you see growth? I see maybe, like, I don't see consistency. I think that's part of the growth. And the fact that that's not there, I cannot really say I can see growth. I can see better things, what we're trying to do identity wise, but if the results don't match up, at the end of the day, it is about results, and that there's no consistency in the results. That is the main issue. Like that, we're 6th right now, 2 points, I think, off Fiorentina and Lazio, 3-2. That is the issue right now. We need to start picking up points. And Norbert, when he says that he's proud of his players and they're growing week in, week out, can you disagree with him?
I mean, it must be only on the training ground, because on the pitch, I don't really see any growth, to be honest. We can only hope. Like if we beat Como now, then I can, and if we play well, and actually gonna have 2 good halves, then yeah, that's a growth, because we didn't have 2 good halves in many games. So it's yeah. And also Koopmeiners, if he's starting Koopmeiners again at 10, like I don't know, like what games is he watching?
Thing is, like, from the start of the season, since those first few games, it just feels like a regression. But then again, like as you said, Norbert, it's always one half is what we, and you said Ali many times in previous lives, it's always one half of what we are at the moment and one half of what we can be. So I don't know. Like we need to see more often of what we can be. So I mean, we saw that in the second half against Empoli. We saw that in the game against Milan. Saw that against City. So we just need to see it more often, don't we? So yeah, it's like rolling a dice when watching Juve. Like sometimes you don't know what you're gonna get, and it's a surprise when it's actually like decent. So.
Is it about?
It's crazy.
is it more about confidence? Because I if you're a young team, like there are obviously gonna be flaws, you know. And I think like correct me if I'm wrong, but I think with summer and January we have 14 new players. Am I am I wrong when I'm
Mm.
saying that? Is it? I think it's around 14, at least 14. That's a lot. That's a lot, and that's extremely difficult to fit in. Like, let's be completely honest. 14 new players. I mean, and also not like some of them young, some of them no experience. Like, it's a lot. Like that's a massive change. So it's not always gonna be simple. Right now, I'm looking at more as a confidence because, as you know, I was at the game yesterday watching Gang Bruges. They're top of the league, gang. They're 6 points ahead of Bruges. That was the cup semi-final. You know, they lost 2-1, and well, they needed to win. You know, and they go on up 1-0 early on. I thought, and they concede a stupid goal. You know, from a corner, a stupid goal, like really stupid. And they created a lot in the set. And when I say a lot, clear-cut open chances. You know, where it's like, how do you miss them? And they did absolutely nothing in the second half. But they saw that result out, didn't play well, and they're going to the final. However, I saw a team, youngest team in the league, you know, confident that they can beat, well, a team that's, you know, in the playoff round of the Champions League, you know, and they should have beaten them. However, just the final touch, you know, finishing the chances that, you know, was missing, you know. But that's a young team that believes in themselves. When I'm watching us play, I feel at times we don't believe in what we can do, if that makes sense. Because against Impoli, the moment, you know, it was like around minute 55, you felt okay because there was a one close to Colomani chance, you know, with the header, and then it picked up, you know, and they start believing in themselves and they start, you know, doing things that I'm like, didn't see that for quite a while, and they go 2-1 up, and you know, and that's good, you know, and then usually, which also happened against Empoli, only we got away with it, you know, with two late goals. They sit back, they concede something stupid, not even a goal, but like a chance that's, you know, dangerous or something, and it's gone. Everything they showed us a couple of minutes before that, it's like erase it. It's like Man in Black, you know, erase button and gone. We don't know. Like that's also an issue because technically this team is good enough. Like technical abilities in this team, like talent wise, it's more than enough to do or to be more consistent. You know, that's why when he says, you know, about a young team, I agree. With young team, my issue is not more the young. It's more about you made a lot of changes, and not just players, also a coach. So it's a lot of new pieces. I don't know, thrown in together and figure it out. You know, pair that with a lot of injuries. That I understand, no consistency. But I don't think being young is an issue. I think more confidence an issue. You know, where it's like
Yeah.
believe in yourself at times. You know, there's no like I don't get it. You know, where we face Venezia, for example, Bologna at home, and we are the team. They're the team on top at times. I'm like, I don't get it. You know, how can these clubs come to the stadium, for example, and be more confident in getting a result, getting a win, than we are? How is that even possible? And that's the question. Is it, because that's been a topic the last couple of days or the past weeks as well, that Mota doesn't install that into the team, like some sort of, you know, yeah, grinta, it's a buzzword, but like something like that where it's like you are better, you know, and show it. That reminds me of that Conte or Buffon Conte quote where it's like he walks into the locker room and he just writes number 3 on the board, and he's like, "You're 3 times better." That's it. That's it. Is it a problem that Mota's maybe too kind? I don't know, too
Yeah.
soft.
Yeah, I think it is because just look at Conte, how he immediately, you know, what he's doing with Napoli and with those players. Maybe he doesn't have the experience yet to be like a coach like Conte. But yeah, it's definitely an issue, and I think with experience he will learn how to do it, but I'm not sure if we're gonna see it this season fully. So, well, we don't have experience, like we don't have experienced players, so it's also, I think it's also an issue that they don't know how to overcome certain things yet. But yeah, with this squad, we should beat those teams that we drew with. So yeah, Motta needs to be, I don't know, install this confidence in them, and then let's see. But I don't think it's going to happen this season. Let's hope he learns how to do it. So next season it's going to be better. But it is what it is right now. Can only hope for better.
Yeah, it really is what it is. Like at this point, the season is just so inconsistent. So, might as well just look on for next season. Just get into the Champions League, reach the Coppa final is the bare minimum. Because like if you look at our path to the final, we realistically should be there. But yeah, I just hope this team grows in character with, you know, with big players coming in and coming back in the summer, like Bremer, like maybe signing Hansko and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Motta does strike me as too nice sometimes. But then again, that might be something he just shows to the media. We don't know how he is like with the players, but behind everything, how he speaks to them after the game. But like, it does seem as though these players need like a wake up call and stuff. Well, I'm not sure he's really supplying it as of yet. So.
Alex says he's not convinced with the overall technical ability of this team. It depends on how you're looking at it. I'm looking at it where I'm like, we're too far off Atalanta and Fiorentina and Lazio shouldn't be in our lane, with the squads we have. That's why I was trying to say. It's not perfect constructed, profile wise all over the pitch. That I would agree on. But technically, if you go through that team and maybe if you blank out that back line, it's more than technically well sounded, to do much better. I said it last season and we had a worse squad in my opinion.
Oh, for sure.
In midfield, especially midfield. At the back,
Yeah.
I thought we were better, obviously because of the injuries, but that's what it is right now. You cannot do anything really about it. But in midfield, we are better. Like and just the team in general, it's better than Lazio. Like the Lazio squad, That's why Lazio and Fiorentina lost so many games already. Like the squads are not good. They don't have good squads. They just don't draw as many games as we do. That's the difference. Like if we should have won at least 5 more games, easy. Like we threw away games that made no sense. We should have won at least 4 or 5 of them, and you would be clear, and nobody will really be talking about it. That is our issue right now, and that's not because we lack technical ability. Look at the games we lost or we dropped points in. We just threw it away. That is like what I said a couple of minutes ago. Confidence, killing off games. Fiorentina, like we drew that game. How? Like, how is that even possible you drew that game? But we managed to do that. Cagliari, Venezia, Parma, how? Well, we did it. We found a way to do that instead of finding a way to get it over the line. That's why I'm talking about confidence. Because if I ask you name 5 Lazio players, a lot of people will struggle. They will struggle. At the start of the season, by the way. Maybe now because you watch Lazio, you can name 5. But at the start of the season, nobody had a clue. Even if I asked 5 Fiorentina players at the start of the season, I think a lot of people will struggle. And maybe still will struggle right now. I will struggle, to be honest. Because they don't have good squads. They don't. So that's why what Italiano is doing and at Lazio... I forgot the name of the coach of Lazio right now. But what they are doing at Lazio is fantastic. It's what Italiano is doing at Bologna is fantastic. So yeah, credit to them, I guess. But yeah, before we get into predict the lineup and things he had to say on the players, I want to talk about Cambiaso. He had something to say about Cambiaso, obviously. He said that he believed that he always wanted to say. and that he's happy that he stayed in the end of the day. And I was like, cool. And then his agent comes out saying that like the city rumors are well correct, but why it didn't happen, ask Juve, basically. And how I understood that quote, to be honest, because it didn't happen, the deal didn't went through. It's the only way I can read into it. Is that Giuntoli said you're not moving in January. Like I cannot read it any other way than that. I seen people saying, "Oh, City didn't have money anymore." I don't really think that. Why should we ask Juve then? If City didn't have money, you could have told us. What
Yeah.
Giuntoli's not gonna come out and say, "Well, City didn't have money." Like that's not gonna happen. So, how I'm looking at it, and I saw people saying that the club forced him out. I'm like, then why is he not out of the club right now? Then that also makes no sense. The only thing that makes sense is to me is that they had an agreement, and Giuntoli said, "Cool, but not now." That's why the reports I thought were out as well, saying that, oh, but in the summer it will happen. They will postpone it. I think Giuntoli said, I can't. Like the backline is struggling. I cannot move you on as well because one, I don't think he will find a replacement. I think he's proven right now that it was impossible. And two, the fans will kill him. Like you're actually throwing away the season completely, and you're throwing Mata under the bus completely. You're actually throwing away the season. So I don't like. That's the only way I can look at it, And what I've said a couple of days ago. I expect Cambiaso to perform, to show up. You're under contract. I don't care if you have an agreement with City. It's mid-season. If the club says no, you better understand it's no. This is not you playing for Bologna and getting an offer from Man City. That's not the case. So I expect Cambiaso to clear his head and play as we expect him to play. If he wants to leave for Man City in the summer, again, I don't care. Like the club comes first. If you don't want to play for this club, then cool. You leave. It is what it is right now. But how I've seen it and read into it, it feels like the City thing is not really pushed by the club. It's more about the agent and Cambiaso and maybe, a disagreement with Mota. But I don't have a feeling that Juve was the one driving this. But what do you think, Norbert?
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird to me because, why would you leave Real Madrid for City? Because he said Juventus is his Real Madrid, and a few months later he signs. He was ready to sign 6 million per year, right? I think that was the number until 2029. Yeah. He needs to get his shit together. Like he's still playing for Juventus, and I'm really disappointed in him, to be honest, about this whole case. And how he's playing lately. Like I don't know if because he's still injured. How I read it, that he's still like he is not 100%. But still, like you can't play like this. And I'm ready for him to go in the summer, to be honest, if he doesn't, get his shit together. But 6 million is not even that much, and I don't know if it's with taxes or without taxes because the UK, they reporting numbers differently, so I don't know. But yeah, he needs to figure this out. And yeah, I'm ready. Like 60 million, come on, no left back worth 60 million. He can go.
Yeah, he hasn't been himself ever since those links, and it kind of made me question his professionalism a bit. But yeah, I mean, it's important that he stays till the end of the season. But honestly, I'm with you, Norbert. I've been on this. You and I have been saying him and
Yeah.
Vlahovic bringing up a huge fee is going to change our lives. So yeah, I'm genuinely, I'm fully ready with the idea of letting him go in the summer. I was kind of ready for it in January, but yeah, I just hope he gets his shit together till the end of the season. Yeah, and we'll find a suitable replacement. Give me Miguel Gutierrez or something.
Yeah, I mean that's something to worry later on. I think. However, if he comes back from that injury, he is injured by the way. He has something, you know. Otherwise, the market is
Yeah,
closed. He will be back, you know. So I don't think that's a thing. But if he comes back from that injury and he doesn't pick it up, then you know we all know what's gonna happen, right? You know, from the fan base,
Hmm.
the media, we all know what's gonna happen, and the worrying part for me is it's not even the talks that will happen after that because I don't really care about that. It's more about we need him. Like we desperately need the best Cambiaso back from now until the end of the season.
yeah,
Otherwise we are in trouble. You know, it is like it's just what it is, you know. So weird situation that just came out of nowhere. Like if we're being completely honest, and I don't really get it. Like I don't really get it. Um, but it is what it is. He won't be back tomorrow, so that's that. Let's see if he's back against PSV. Doubt it, which is a big blow for us, especially playing against PSV. But I will talk about that on Monday when I previewed that. But yeah, we're gonna need him, especially if you look at that back line. You know, they put their selection out, you know, and there were
yeah.
more names on it, but I was looking at the names, I'm like, oof, like, this this is not good. And somebody told me, but look at Fiorentina's backline and Lazio's backline. I'm like, I agree. You know, it's all like quality wise, it's not wow, blowing, but like we are Juve, like, and I've seen us struggle with what we have right now, and that's with him in the team lately, you know, not the last two, but previous. And I'm like, we need you. Like, we absolutely need the best Cambiaso back. I don't know what his mindset will be. Is he disappointed? Maybe he's, you know, calm because he knows that move is going to happen in the summer anyway. But, like you said, Norbert, if you come back, like, if he doesn't, like, if you can see that it's not about, oh, he's just had a bad game, it's more about, like, intensity and effort, then I think everybody will be disappointed.
Grinta.
Yeah, especially
Hmm.
us, you know, because
Yeah,
it's a weird one. It's a weird one, but yeah, that will solve itself, I think, down
and
the
like
line.
and like listen, like Lazio and all these teams, I bet, because I don't really care about them, but I'm pretty sure they have actual defenders in in the back line, not like us having a winger, an actual attacking player in the back line, and a right back playing as the left back as the predicted lineup. So yeah, these are big things. Like I mean, Savona can do that left back pretty okay like last time, but still,
This season, just like the squad in general, is decimated. So
yeah,
what can you do? And this January signings have been very odd. So
Well, that's what
doesn't
I
help.
said. Remember, pre Empoli, I said, forget it's Empoli. If you're playing a backline with no defenders, you're playing professional footballers. Like you're not playing a Serie D side, which is still professional, but it's well, it's not really professional, is it? You know, you're not playing these sides. They're still professional players. You know, like
yeah,
if I don't like if you're, it's like you playing to your, against your nephew who's 10 years younger. Like you're just gonna bully him because physically you're stronger, and you can be absolutely crap at football. You're just gonna bully him. You know, that's the same thing basically. If you play one player out of position, that's cool. But if you have two or three in that back line, at one point, if you're playing, I don't know, name the random player that plays up top for Empoli, he's gonna cause you problems because he's been a striker for his entire life, and you're facing players who have not been a defender, whatever, for well ever, like just ever. They just popped up, spawn, you know, and figure it out. So that is the main issue right now. But that brings us to tomorrow. Uh, I've seen one predictor lineup, to be honest. I don't think anyone right now at this moment in time has a clue what Malta's gonna do. So the question is, what will you do, rather than what will Malta do? Because I don't think a lot of people. I think nobody knows because usually at this moment in time, you know, at this stage of the day, everybody would have put out their predicted lineup. I've not seen them, so what will you do, Norbert? Because I don't think anyone
yeah.
knows what's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's hard. At the back is the same, like Renato Vega and Gatti. Of course, goalkeeper, it doesn't matter to me. I like both of them, to be honest. I think Perin is one of the best secondary goalkeeper ever. Not ever, but right now in the world.
Mhm.
Well, Savona, I mean, I would play Alberto Costa. I think it's time. Like this is the game because he will not play in the Champions League. So this is the time that Alberto Costa can start on the right. On the left, I would put not Savona, to be honest. I would put mckennie because he can do a job, especially against the Como. And then the midfield. Now that's the tricky one because Thuram and Locatelli are pretty solid, but I want to see some creation. So I would actually sit Locatelli and I would put Thuram and Cope Miners because last game Cope Miners was really solid as an 8. And up top again, I'm not sure how realistic it is to start two strikers, but I would start Kolomuani as a right winger and Dusan as a striker. And then 10 Yildiz and left wing Gonzalez. That would be mine. And it will not happen because I don't think Kolomani and Dusan will start together. He said, Mota said as well that it will happen at one point maybe, but not from the start probably, and not now. But if that's not the case, then I still would start Kolomani up front. Yildiz behind him. On the right, Consensao and Gonzalez on the left.
Do you want me to be realistic or do you want me to go with what I want?
Yeah, you can do what you
No, okay.
Sure.
So I put
Do both.
Di Gregorio, mckennie left back, Renato Vega center back with Gatti, unfortunately.
But he has the heart. He has the grinta. How dare you?
I want to see Alberto Costa because you're right, Norbert. He's not in the Champions League list, and no way he's starting against Inter next week.
Yeah.
So now's the time. Plus, we're gonna have another Jalo situation if he doesn't start.
Yeah.
I feel. Okay, what else? Midfield, I'll be realistic. Thuram, Locatelli, and I'd start Conceição. And Yildiz on the wings, Cop Miners as a 10. Although I hate it, I have to be realistic, and Colomani up top. It's a mix of what I want and, being realistic.
The Mota talked about Vlahovic and Kolomani could play together. Does anyone think he's gonna play them together
No.
tomorrow?
Maybe, I think maybe off the bench. Because
I think he
that
means.
happened.
Yeah.
I think he
that
means.
happened against Empoli.
Yeah, but Kolomani on the wing, right? I don't think he means like two up top.
No.
Loads of people are seeing it as two up top, but people forget Colomani can play on the wings. So.
Yeah, definitely Kolomani as a right winger. Or left?
No, he played on the left before, I think. I think he's better suited for that role anyway.
I think he's
left. Okay, left.
Yeah, I think he's better suited on the left as well.
Okay, left.
I think he's gonna start pitting tomorrow.
Nice.
But that back line, yeah, it is what it is. It's gonna be Gatti, Vega, mckennie. I'll play Wea again at the back. To be honest, I would not change that. Like, I'm gonna start Locatelli and Thuram. I know it's Champions League and it's Inter, but this is it, man. Like, it's too important to start chopping and changing. Como away, PSV at home, Inter at home. I need some consistency in those 3 days, so I'm gonna play Thuram and Locatelli. And lately, I have a feeling like he's not playing Thuram to his fullest, but we need Thuram. Like, I don't know how you guys look at it, but for me, it's a massive difference in midfield if he's not out there.
Mm-hmm.
So
100%.
I will play him and Locatelli. I know a lot of people will kill me, but I will play Colt Miners. I thought he had a good game against Empoli. And again, I need consistency. Like, we need some sort of consistency right now. And up top, I'm going to go... against Como, I'm going to stick with Yildiz, Kolomani, and Gonzalez. I'm gonna stick with it. Because I I don't know. I have a feeling it's better than chucking in Conceição from the start. That's my feeling. Now against PSV, if you ask me that, I will make some changes, but I will talk about that on Monday because I think that game is more suited for a player like Conceição, in my opinion. But yeah, tomorrow it's gonna be a scrappy game. Tomorrow it's not gonna be a beautiful game. It's not gonna be a relaxing game. It will be a stressful game because I know how it's gonna unfold, like feeling wise. So. We need that win desperately, and like you said, Norbert, it is inconsistent with Como, but against good teams, it's not that they win those games, but they make it extremely hard for those teams, like extremely hard. That you need to earn it, and that's where my worry is, because I don't know if you can dig in at this moment in time and get the results over the line. But then again, we have no choice. Like, if you don't win tomorrow, like. It's peak. I think it's Inter Fiorentina again on Monday, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Yeah. So funny enough, it's like you need to show up. Like you need to win to cruise to that weekend, I guess, and prep for PSV and then Inter because. I mean, not winning against Como, how are you going to go to PSV? And how are you going to approach that Inter game? It's going back to, man, we cannot win 2 games in a row or 3 games in a row. And if you cannot do that in February, then, well, it's not going to happen this season, is it? And then you're in massive trouble. So I think it's a massive game for us, just purely for the momentum, or just start a momentum because we don't have momentum right now. Our momentum is being extremely inconsistent. That's also some sort of momentum. But yeah, I mean, do I think we're going to win? My feeling is saying no, to be honest. My feeling is saying no. I have a really, really bad feeling about it that it's going to be like 2-2 or something.
Stop it.
Yeah.
No.
I mean...
No. Not starting the weekend off like that.
Well, it's not even the starting the week. Oh yeah, I mean the weekend.
It's Friday.
I thought you said yeah, it's Friday. Yeah, that's my prediction. 2-2. Like I don't.
Oh my god.
I don't have a good feeling about it. I don't have a good feeling about it. I think it's gonna be an ugly game, but crazy wise result.
No, we're gonna win. 2-0 is going to be my actual prediction.
My actual prediction was 2-1, but I saw Hanin took it on the prediction league, so I said let me be different, and I predicted 2-0.
Yeah, so we need to bet. We need to predict differently because Hanin is leading now. So
yeah, exactly. So that's the only reason why. Like in my heart, it's 2-1, but on the books it's 2-0. So it's 2-0.
Can't.
Yeah, I don't see it. I don't like. I've been thinking about it all week, and I don't see us winning that game for some reason, because there's no proof out there that we are winning that game. That is my thing. That's my thing right now. So
the power of friendship will get us through this.
The power of Colomwani.
The power of Colomwani, yes.
That's like things like Arsenal fans will say.
Exactly.
That's some weird stuff. And weirdly enough, I got a DM from somebody who's watching the show. I'm not sure why you didn't put it in a chat, but he said Como are 2 points of relegation. I know, I know because I have.
But they still gave Milan and Roma a really tough game. They beat Roma actually.
Oh yeah. And chat, apologize because all the chats are coming through now. So I'll read them out. Sorry, I have no idea what YouTube is doing. By the way, now that you mentioned City, what a joke this PSR thing is. Yeah, they spent a lot of money, but it is what it is. Cambiaso hasn't said a word on one way or the other, and he has been playing hurt. Yes, he made mistakes, but he has not put a foot wrong and always represented the team well. Yeah, like I'm not. Oh, he did put some foot wrongs.
He
literally
did put many feet wrong.
Yeah,
like in the last 2 months. Yeah.
But yeah,
still a good player though.
Yeah, like I'm not hating on. I just expect you to perform that, but I expect that from any single player that puts on that shirt. So it's not against him, but based on what his agent said, it felt like they agree on with Man City, and they agreed the deal, and Juve said no. So that's why I singled it out and said I expect you. You're still under contract, so you need to show up. You just need to play. Look at Chelsea, for example. They splash millions and players in the transfer market for unknown players. Yeah, but I mean that's England. It is what it is, I guess. Fajoli to the Fiorentina team and the new Milan horsepower at 4 plays is a massive risk. I'm not sure what horsepower you're talking about when it comes to Milan.
Jimenez and
Jimenez
Joao
and
Felix.
Joao Felix.
Yeah, Joe Felix will probably be crap after 5 games or so. Because he has absolutely showed no consistency. So I don't think, like, I know a lot of Milan fans, and even they are like, yeah, I mean, when was the last time he had a consistent season? Was that at Benfica? So, but Jimenez is a good one. I do like
Yeah, I like the
Jimenez.
signing of Jimenez.
I do like Jimenez. Funny thing is that Kean is scoring right and left, and he went the full season with us with 0 goals. I don't rate Kean. But man, something's extremely weird with Juve. Yeah.
Allegri ball.
I like
That's what
your
happened.
ball.
Yeah. I mean, I think like, did he win a season with 0 goals, and then last season he scored 2 for us, or like
Something
3?
like that, yeah.
I mean, we sold him for like 50 million euros, and people are now like, oh, I saw the post from IFTV saying, oh, remember they sold him for that. What do you want? Like, he scored 3 goals in 2 seasons. What do you think we were getting? 60 million euros for Kean? Like,
Exactly.
Hindsight is like so easy. Like it doesn't work
Hindsight,
like
yeah,
that.
exactly. Like you have to remember at the time. Like I remember saying to myself, he has 0 goals this season. Would be lucky to sell him.
Yeah.
And I wanted to sell. I'm very happy for him that he's doing really well now. It's good to see, but it just wasn't working, you know.
Yeah.
Just because some players just need a different environment, different stimulus, and that'll get them going. So it just didn't happen with us, and that's unfortunate. But it is what it is. We got money for it. I think we have a resale on him. So yeah.
Yeah. I have no expectations against Inter. This Juve is so consistent. Well, that's something we worry about next week. I mean, that's like I'm not scared. Like, remember when we play Atalanta and we were live? I think you guys were on, and somebody said in the chat, "I'm scared from Atalanta." I'm like, I'm not scared from Atalanta. Why would I be scared from Atalanta? Like that makes no sense. You know, if I'm scared to play Atalanta, I stop watching games for the season because it's pointless. You know, I'm not scared to play Inter at home. At all, you know, and when we play, I expect us to beat Inter at home. That's my expectations going into that game.
So.
I expect us to beat Como at home, but my feeling is saying we're not gonna beat them. If you ask my feeling about Fiorentina, Inter at home, my feeling is we're gonna beat Inter at home. But tomorrow, my feeling says we're not gonna beat them. Como, I mean, he couldn't handle the pressure. It's not just allegri, maybe, but I mean. 3 goals in 2 seasons. I need to look at the coach as well. Like, I mean, that's I don't know what went wrong, but something went wrong. And I saw also quotes from a journalist or a friend from Allegri saying that he rated Kean higher than Vlahovic. Well, then play him and make him score goals. But the fact you didn't is bullshit.
Really,
you know,
a lie. It's
a lie.
Yeah, that's so blatant.
Some players are late bloomers. Maybe Kean is one of them. I don't know. How old is Kean? Is he 24, 25?
24?
Something like that, I think.
Not sure.
I think it's 24.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, because he played for us when he was like 17, 18. So I don't think he's that old. That's what. You think we will rotate to the Champions League on Tuesday? No. We had a week off. We had a week off, so I don't.
24. I checked.
24. We had a week off, so I don't see why we should rotate. To be honest.
No.
I think Joao Felix will be good at Milan. Chelsea is a shit environment, and he wasn't bad for Barca last season. Here, Barca wanted to keep him, but they couldn't because but he wasn't good for Barca as well. Like, they wanted to keep him, but he wasn't good as well. You know, he wasn't rubbish or something. I would agree, but I don't think he was good as well. You know, and maybe he does well.
The problem.
Milan. I don't know.
Sorry, the problem started that Atletico bought him for 120 million. And then,
he was never worth that money.
Yeah, never. and then the expectations were super high, and obviously he didn't play like he worth 120, and then everything went south from there.
I think there was also like, I don't think at the time anyone was like, this is the right move, going to Atletico at
Yeah.
that moment in time.
Yeah, no, everyone was like, that's a very weird move.
Playing for Simeone is not the way to go
Right
to,
now, maybe.
Especially as a forward.
The way
Yeah, yeah.
Simeone is playing right now, maybe. But back in the day, the way, that team, because Atletico right now, they do play attacking football. It's not what they were like 5-6 years ago. But at that time, I'm like, weird, like very weird to make that move, but who knows? Who knows? Yeah. Okay. So that was that. That was a preview. We did our predictions. Nothing else to add. It's just we need a win tomorrow. We just need a win, like you said, Malik. It's gonna be a long weekend, and actually prepping for PSV is gonna be even worse. Like it's gonna be don't want to do it, but here we are. Tuesday 9 o'clock we play PSV after not beating Como at home. Like it can spiral. Like it could be an awful 9 days as well. So let's hope. Let's hope you guys are right, and we will win tomorrow, because we need it. But yeah, people, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll be back tomorrow. Reaction. Next live show will be on Monday, preview, and then Wednesday post game, and then it's already built up to Inter, which is I think the game I think everyone is waiting for, right? At the start of the season, I think
very,
this is it.
very much so. I need to book my hotel.
That's even like, yeah. I mean, you have about a week, but whatever.
Wow, there's a basketball question as well.
Yeah, I don't watch basketball because I don't like. I know who it is. I know because I listen to talk shows, but I cannot watch an entire.
I'm a Mavs fan since really long, like 20x plus years. So I can tell you that Doncic is a fat pig, and he only got fatter. He's 120 kilos, and he's like 190 something centimeters, and he's injury prone. So goodbye.
Wow, that's sounds unpopular, honestly.
Yeah, I've no.
Imagine if trades like that happened, like in football, just like suddenly no news.
Yeah, the player got to know it from a text
even know,
message.
And, like stuff like that.
That would never
like,
work.
Imagine just waking up one day. Oh, by the way, you're going to Atalanta, and we're gonna get the Catalara in return. Just suddenly like that.
Oh my God, that would be total chaos.
Like imagine just suddenly a Cambiaso, the Catalara swap, just out of nowhere, just that. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, that's never gonna happen. Because it's too.
Hopefully.
Yeah, it's too much. It's too much. But yeah, I don't have an opinion on it because I don't care about basketball. I have other things to worry about. One of them is tomorrow, Como. So let's see. But yeah, we're gonna wrap this one up. Like the video, subscribe, and I will speak to you post game tomorrow. Hopefully with the good vibes and not depressing vibes. Good night.